Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt, because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Lunch Break by Siebel. And here are the rules. Siebel wants to eat his lunch on a stone near a river. Across the other side, there is a deer grazing peacefully. It's a great relaxing moment. Why not come sit next to Siebel and enjoy your lunch as well? Okay. Here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and box. We have a river, where the river works as both a region sum line and a German whisper line. Box borders, and the region sum line means that the box borders divide the blue lines into segments which have the same sum, and different lines may have different sums. So, for example, these two digits must equal the same sum as these three, which must equal the same sum as these two digits added together. And for the German whisper part, adjacent digits on the lines must differ by at least 5. So, for example, if this were, say, a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 to make sure that, because those are the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3. And that's how the German whisper line works, or as I like to call them, whisper 5 lines. So if I use whisper 5, I'm referencing the German whisper line. But that's what I prefer calling them. We have trees, where orthogonally adjacent digits to a tree must differ by at least 5 compared to the digit on the tree. For example, if row 6, column 8 is a 2, then the 4 adjacent digits must be from 7, 8, or 9, because those are the only digits which are 5 or more away from 2. And orthogonally adjacent just means sharing an edge with that cell. So that's the reason why these 4 cells must be from 7, 8, or 9. And that's how trees work. We also have stones, where orthogonally adjacent digits to a stone must differ by at most 3 compared to the digit on the stone. For example, if row 6, column 2 is a 4, then the 4 adjacent digits must be from 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or 7, because those are the digits which are at most different from 4 by 3. And that's how stones work. And finally, we have a deer, where the digit on a deer is larger than all of its orthogonally adjacent digits. So this digit must be greater than the 4 cells that share an edge with it. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. That's interesting. So, these act as region sum lines. That means this digit must necessarily be greater than both of these. Same with this digit. This digit must be greater than these. And they're also German whisper lines, right? Therefore, this must be a high digit. Same with this. These are both high digits because if they were not, they wouldn't be able to have these two add up to it, right? So these must be low. And on a German whisper line, you'll alternate between high digits and low digits, right? Because what digits can be next to a high digit on a German whisper line, which are 6 through 9? 6 can be next to 1, 7 can be next to 1 or 2, 8 can be next to 1, 2, or 3, and 9 can only be next to 1 through 4, which are all low digits. So you'll always alternate between low and high digits on a Whisper 5 line. So these has to be low. This must be high. This must be high. That makes this low, which makes this high. We also know that these 2 digits must add up to what these 3 digits are. So if this was high, low, high, we're guaranteed this is 1 low and 1 high. The most you can have for a low and a high is 4 and 9. The most you can have for the minimum you can have for 2 highs and 1 low is 1 with 6 or 7, which is 14. So 4, 9 adds up to 13. That's the max 2 digits can ever add up to. 1, 6, 7 is the minimum 3 digits with 2 highs can add up to. And so this cannot be 2 highs and a low. It must be 1 high with 2 lows here. Therefore, this is high, this is low. This is high, this is low. We know trees act sort of like Whisper 5 lines, where adjacent digits in a tree must differ by at least 5 compared to the digit on the tree. Well, this is a low, so this must be a high digit, because if it's a low digit, that's not going to be 5 away from a low digit, and therefore these are all lows here. Again, you cannot have 5 be... you can never have 5 on a Whisper 5 line, because what digit can 5 be 5 away from? If you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. And if you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which are not digits. So we know that these must be all low. If this were a high, that would mean all 3 of these would have to be low, but then we'd have 5 low digits in box 7, which is not allowed. So this must be a low here, which forces all of these to be high. So this must be a low and a 5 here. These are 2 lows. But they could be the same low. We know this rock has to be, stone is at most 3 different from these digits, which is 4 at most. So this is up to 7 here. Okay. This cannot be 9 because the deer is larger than all orthogonally adjacent cells. So this must be a high also. So this is 6, 7, or 8 here. And this must be 7, 8, or 9 to be larger than it. What else do we know? That means this is at most 12 here. You could have 9 with 1 or 2. Can this ever be 6? The answer to that is no. It has another high digit that it adds up to. Same with this. So this has to be 7, 8, or 9. This we're going to mark as yellow, and these have to be pink. Therefore, in box 6, we have 3 pinks and then 1 of each other color. 1 of each of the colors. So that means there's going to be 4 pinks in box 6, which means the rest are yellow or 5. So this is actually, let's make this green. And we'll make the pink a 5 also. That's a possibility. That doesn't help us much. What else do we know? River works as both a region sum line, right? That means these highs can never be 9 in these cells. Oh, this digit can never be, it's next to 2 unique digits here. So it has to be 7, 8, or 9. This digit is next to 3 unique digits, and one of them has to be 6, so this has to be a 1. Okay, that's helpful. So this cannot be 1 here. These 2 digits must be at least 2 and 3. So this cannot be 7 here. This digit is next to 3 unique digits, so it's either 1, 2, 8, or 9 here. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 here. Hmm. Hmm. What else do we know? This has to be 7. Oh, this has to be 7, 8, or 9. It's next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. So that means the rest of the digits here are 1 through 6. This is obviously 1 through 4. This cannot be 4 because it's not next to a 9. Cannot be next to a 9 here on the Whisper 5 line. This is next to 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line. So that's 1, 2, 3. Same with this. 1, 2, or 3. This is 2, 3, or 4. 2, 3, or 4 there. This must be less than 9. So it's 6, 7, or 8. 6, 7, or 8. This is less than 9. 6, 7, or 8. Less than 9. 6, 7, or 8. Less than 9, 6, 7, or 8. This digit cannot be a 1, because if it were a 1, this would have to be a 4 at most, and we'd have 5 low digits in column 3. So this could be 2 through 9. That's not very helpful. Interesting. Okay. If this were... So if this is low, we already have 2 highs here. These would have to be highs and would have to have a 6. So this cannot be 2. Otherwise, this has to be 8 or 9. And so if this was low, this was 1, it would have a 6 here, and then the other one would be 7, 8, or 9. But we'd have 4 highs in row 6, so the rest of the row cannot be high in that case. Or cannot be 7, 8, or 9 specifically in that case. If this is high, it's next to 3 unique digits, so it must be 8 or 9, which would force this to form a 7, 8, 9 triplet in row 6. So you cannot have 7, 8, and 9 in the rest of the row. So this is 1 through 6 also. Interesting. Hmm. This cannot be next to 6, 7, or 8 on a whisper 5 line. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Uh, huh. What else do we know? If this is 7, this has to be a 1, 2 pair here. That means it adds up to 10. If it's 9, it also has to be a 1, 2 pair. Right? Because if this is 9, that's 1 and 2. That would add up to 12 at most, which, oh, this can't be 12. This is 8 and 3 at most. So this cannot be 9, which means this can't be 4 here. Can this be 8? If this is 7, this has to be a 1, 2 pair to add, because those are the only digits which can be next to 7 on a whisper 5 line. If you have 8 here, then this can only be 8 and 3 at most. So if you have 7 here, this is 1, 2, so this adds up to 10. If you have, right. If you have 7 here, this adds up to 10, 7, 1, and 2. If you have 8 here, this can only add up to 11 at most, because this can only add up to 11. So either way, this is 10 or 11, and you can't have 7, 3 next to each other on a whisper 5 line, so this must be 8, no matter what. This is 8 with 1 or 2. This has to be 7 or 8 with 1 or 2 here. So this adds up to 10 or adds up to 11 here. If it's 10, it cannot be 7, 3, and it can't be 8, 2 because of the 8 in the row. Oh, this has to be 9 here. So this is 8 and 9. So if it's 10, it could be 9, 1. If it's 11, it could be 9, 2. If it cannot be 8 here, so it can't be 8, 2, and it cannot be 7, 3. Can't be 7, 4 either here, right? Because if this is 7 and this is 4, that's not 5 away from each other. 7, 3 doesn't work, 7, 4 doesn't work, so this has to be 9. So this is 9, which means this cannot be 9 here. This can't be 9, so this must be 8. Which eliminates 4 from the cells that are orthogonally adjacent to it, because the tree must be 5 away from their orthogonally adjacent digits. This can't be 8 or 9, it's 6 or 7. This can't be 8, this can't be 8. This has to be a 4, 5 pair. We also have a 1, 2, 3 triplet now in row 7, which eliminates 1, 2, 3 in the rest of the row. So this could technically be a 4 still. So it's either 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 there. 5 away from 8 is 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 8 here. This 1, 2 pair in box 5 eliminates 1, 2 in the rest of the box. Okay, so we know one of these is 1 because of the 1, 2, 3 triplet in row 7. We know one of these two is 1 because of the one. This is a 1, 2 pair. So 1 in column 5 has to be one of those 3. Nine has to be one of these two. So this cannot be 9. Oh, interesting. So if this is 8, that would guarantee these 3 digits have to be 1, 2, and 3 surrounding this. But it cannot be 8. Or it cannot be 1, 2, and 3 because that would eliminate all possibilities for this cell. So this can't be 8. This is 1 then. So the yellows are all lows. And the greens are all highs. Which means we cannot have a high left in row 6 because we have 4 highs. This is again 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 6. This can't be 8 or 9 because of 8 and 9 in the column. This can't be 1. This is 7, 8, or 9 here. One of these is 6. We have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in row 4, which eliminates 7, 8 in the rest of the row. This can't be 7 or 8. It's 6. So that must be next to 1 on a whisper 5 line. That means this adds up to 7. So this is 7, which makes this 1 and 6. This has to be 1 and 6 there, too. 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 2. 2 and 9 add up to 11, so this must be 8 with 1 and 2, and therefore this is 9 here. And it cannot be 1 here. This can't be 6. So therefore, yeah, you couldn't even have a 3 here. Anyways, this is 2 and 7. This this can't be 3. This is 2 and 7. Adding up to 9. That means this can't be 7. That's 6. This can't be 6 or 7 here. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 8, which makes this 9. So this cannot be 7 or 9. It has to be a high digit. It cannot be 8 because of 8 in the row, so this is 6. 6 and 7 eliminate 6, 7 here, so this is 9. This cannot be 6, so this is 7, which makes this a 6. This can't be 1 here, no 1 here. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 3, which makes this 2. Which makes this 3. This can't be 2 or 3, it's 4, 5. 3 eliminates 3 here and 3 here. We have a 4, 5 pair in row 6, which eliminates 4, 5 in the rest of the row, so this is 2. And is low. We have to have a 9 somewhere in row 4. And it cannot be any of these cells because of 9s in the boxes. It can't be here because of 9 in the column. So this must be a 9 here. And that's a high. So this has to be low or medium. And it's cannot be 1, 2, or 3. So it's 4, 5 here. We have a 4, 5 pair in box 4, which limits 4, 5 in the rest of the box. So this is 7 or 8. And both of these are high. 7 eliminates 7 here, so this is 8, this is 7. That leaves this as a low, and it must be 3. This cannot be 2 or 3. We celebrate 3 in the corner because we know we're close to solving it. This can't be 1. 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 2, which makes this 1. This has to be 8 and 3 to add up to 11. Remaining digits in row 4 are 3, 4, and 5. with 3 being one of these two, and this must be 4 or 5. This digit has to, well, actually, it doesn't matter. 4 is both 3 away from 7, so is 5. Remaining digits in, okay, this can't be 6 because of the 6 in the box. Remaining digits in column 3 are 4, 5, and 7. In column 2 are 4, 5, and 8. Interesting. This cannot be 8 because of 8 in the row. So that means where's the 8 in column 2? It has to be here. This is 8. This digit must be at most 3 away from it, so it cannot be 4. So we have 5 or 7 here. So this is high. One of these is guaranteed to be 7, but that doesn't really give us anything. 3 away from 5 or 7 can be up to 9. So 9, 5, 7, obviously. 6, 4, 3. No 2 available because of 2 in the column, and it can't be 6 or 7. So it's 3, 4, 5, or 9. Interesting. It cannot be 3. So it's 4, 5, or 9. There. Okay. There's a rock here. 2 also has to be in column 5 here because we already have a 2 here and a 2 here. We have a 2 here, so 2 has to be one of these 2 here. How many 1s do we have? 1 has to be one of these 2. 1 cannot be here or here, so it's 1 is one of those 3. 2 can't be here or here, so it's one of those 3. 3s. 3 has to be one of those 3 here. Obviously, one of those 3 cannot be here, cannot be here. That's still pretty broad. We don't have any 4s at all. We don't have any 5s at all. 6s. Okay, 6s are pretty restricted. 6 cannot be here or here. So 6 has to be one of these 2. It's one of these 4. This can't be 6 because of 6 in the column. So 6 is one of those 2. 7s. 7s is one of those 2. It's one of... 7 also. Where is it in column 5? It has to be one of these 3. So this is a 1, 2, 7 triplet. Because those are the only places 1, 2, and 7 can be in that column. So it can't be 1, no 2, and 1, 2, or 7 is here. That means the remaining digits in column 5 are 3 through 6 and 9. Well, 6 cannot be here. We have a 3, and this can't be 3, no 9 here. We have a 3, 4, 5, 9 quadruplet in column 5, which eliminates 3, 4, 5, and 9 in the rest of the column. So this is 6, which means this can't be 6 here. This is obviously a high digit. 3 is one of these 2. Where is 9 in column 4? We know in column 5, 9 has to be one of these 2 digits, so it cannot be here. This eliminates 9 here, and we have a 9 in the row here and a 9 in the row here, so this must be 9. 5 is not 3 or less away from 9, so this must be 7, which means this can't be 7 here. These are both high. This can no longer be 7 here. That doesn't tell us much. This is a low, guaranteed. It's 1 or 2. We know 9 has to be one of these 2 digits in column 9. Because it can't be here because of 9 in the row. Okay, 8. Where can 8 be? 8 has to be one of these 2 digits, so this becomes a 3-8 pair. 3-8, 3-8. 3 has to be one of these 2 digits here. Remaining digits in box 2 are 4, 5, and 6. 6 cannot be here, so this is 4 and 5, which means we have a 4, 5 pair in row 3, which eliminates 4, 5 in the rest of the row. So this must be 6, which means this can't be 6 here, because we knew this was 4, 5, 6 as the remaining digits in box 2. So this is 4, 5. This is 6 as a high. That means this is 2 or 7 remaining in row 3. Okay. Remaining digits for column 7 then. Maybe we do column 8 first. We have what? 2, 4, 5, 8. Okay. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. This can't be 8 because of a 3, 8 pair, and actually can't be 8 at all here. So one of these two is an 8. 6 in row 1 can only be here now, so this is 6. This is 1, 2, 4, or 5. Cannot be 2 because of 2 in the column. Where is the 7 in? So we have a 1, 7 pair here. And we're guaranteed, where is the 7 in box 3? It has to be one of these two, which eliminates 7 from being here. So this must be 7 here, because there's no other place for it in row 7. This has to be 4, 5, or 9. This is 7. Remaining digits in column 7 are 1, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row. This digit is 3, 4, 5, or 8. Where is the 8 in box 8? Can't be here. Has to be one of these two. That eliminates 8 from the rest of the row, so this can't be 8 anymore. Where's the 8 in column 8? Then it has to be here. So this is 8. That leaves this as 1, 3, 4, 5. This is 3, 4, or 5 here. This is 3, 4, 5, or 8. We might have to start coloring stuff. So red and pink and blue is not helpful now. So let's oops. Let's start removing colors so that we can actually potentially use them to figure out what the ambiguous cells are. We're going to make this yellow and this orange. So this must be the orange 4, 5. This is the yellow 4, 5. That makes this the orange 4, 5, which means that has to be orange 4, 5 here. That makes orange 4, 5 here. Aha! There we go. So this is yellow, which makes this orange, which makes this yellow, which makes that orange. Where is the orange going to be in row 1 then? It has to be here. This is yellow, that forces that to be orange. Where is the orange 4, 5 going to be in column 4? Can't be here because of the orange 4, 5, so it must be here, which means this cannot be 8. Where is the 8 then in box 8? It has to be here. So this is orange 4, 5, which forces this to be yellow 4, 5. This cannot be 4, 5 because we have both of the 4, 5s in column 4. So this must be 3, which eliminates 3 here. This is yellow 4, 5, which forces this to be orange 4, 5. And that means where is the orange 4, 5 in column 7? It has to be here. So this is orange 4, 5, which makes this yellow 4, 5, which makes this orange 4, 5 here. Okay. Yellow 4, 5 is one of those two. So this is 4, 5, cannot be 1. Where is the 1 then in row 8? It has to be here. This is 1. which makes this 7, that 2, this 7, 1, and 2. So this cannot be 2 anymore. Therefore, this is a 2 here, which means this can't be 2. This must be 3 away from 8 and 2, so this has to be 5, which makes this not the orange, so this is the yellow. So all the yellows are 5, all the oranges are 4. This can't be 2 or 4, so this is 5. This can't be 4 or 5, so it's 3, which makes this 5. This can't be 4 or 5, so it's 1. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 3 and 8. This can't be 4 or 5, so this is 9, which means this can't be 4 or 9, so it's 5. No 4 or 5 here, so it's 3. That makes this 9. And therefore, that's 3 in the corner. Thank you for keeping Zibble company. He had a lovely time, even though most of the time was spent eating. Hope you had a good time. I did. This was fun. Nice little puzzle. I like the sort of the personalization of a story. It's pretty nice. And just leading to the puzzle, there's a lot of interesting little nuances here. Yeah, overall, well done. Nice little puzzle, Zibble. Good job. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.